So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Louis Sports Network. And this is the third straight video that I'm doing. And the reason that I'm doing this one is because I thought that this was a very interesting story. And it involves the Los Angeles Lakers. And we're going to take a trip back in time to the year 1998. And this is going to be talking about one of my favorite players watching on the Lakers, and that was Nick Van Exel. And for those who don't know who Nick Van Exel is, that dude was a bad cat when he played. He didn't put up like crazy statistical numbers, but he was a really nice, fun point guard to watch as the Lakers were starting to return back to Showtime again, post Magic Johnson and the Showtime era, obviously. But they were still a nice team to watch in the mid-90s. And they was able to get back into playoff contention after missing the playoffs in 94. But anyway, we're going to go back to 1998 because this involves between Nick Van Exel and Shaquille O'Neal and Jerry West and the front office. So the Lakers were trailing 3-0 to the Utah Jazz in the Western Conference Finals. And this is the Lakers coming off a 61-win season. They were 61-21. I think they were one of three teams in the Western Conference that had 60 wins or more. I know the Jazz had 62 wins, and I know the Seattle Supersonics had 61 wins, but they were not the same team that they were back in 96. That was a different Sonics team. And the Lakers had 61 wins. The Lakers were probably the most talented team in the NBA at the time. And I remember they blew out the Bulls in the regular season right before the All-Star break in that matchup. And that was, on February 2nd. I remember watching that game like yesterday. People wanted to see the Jordan versus Kobe matchup. And I thought the Lakers were possibly going to go to the finals because I felt like they had the team that could possibly knock out the Bulls, possibly in the NBA Finals and win an NBA championship. But that didn't happen because they got swept by the Jazz in the Western Conference Finals after the Lakers were favorite because they were more talented and more younger than Utah. Utah just had the IQ, they had the experience, and they were just a more mentally tougher team than the Lakers. The Lakers imploded in that series. Just watch game one of those Western Conference Finals and you'll see what I mean. But anyway, so Nick Van Exel heading into game four was in the huddle with the team, and it was after a practice, and the Lakers were supposed to go to say 1, 2, 3 Lakers, and Nick Van Exel decides to say Cancun. And for those of you who know about the Cancun has been used for when a team goes on vacation, the whole gone fishing stuff. Once a team gets eliminated, they say, where are you going off? They're going to Cancun. They're going on vacation because they're no longer going to be in the playoffs. He made that comment, and I heard that the comment did not sit well with Shaq. It did not sit well with Jerry West, the GM of the time, president of basketball operations at the time. And Nick Van Exel, that comment ended up getting him traded from the Lakers to the Denver Nuggets in June of 98. And Nick Van Exel has had to try to defend himself over the years because he has said many times that joke was supposed to be to lighten up the team since they were down 3-0 and there was a lot of tension, considering that they might get swept. And, they needed to take this seriously to try to stave off elimination. But he made the comment, he said Cancun. It didn't sit well with Shaq, from what I heard. People said that it didn't sit well with Kobe. I said maybe it didn't, but it was like Kobe didn't really have that power or say so at the time, and he was just in his second year. But so Nick has constantly said that he was trying to keep the team loose. He said, everybody knows that I'm a jokester. He said that I would never really quit on the team. That I want to be there for my guys. And those are the comments that he made. According to Jerry West, he was pretty shocked. He was really surprised. He said that he had never heard something like that before. And it's like really frustrating. He also felt that Nick kind of gave up on the team during the 98 season when he lost his starting job to Derek Fisher. Del Harris was the coach at the time. And he said that Nick, he felt, should have been a leader. And he said that, to say that he's the leader of the team. But Jerry West felt that Nick never really wanted that responsibility. So, according to reports, after Nick made that comment, Shaquille O'Neal was very frustrated that he went to the front office, spoke to Jerry Buss, and demanded that Nick get traded. And so a trade happened where Nick the Quick got traded to the Denver Nuggets for Tyronn Lue and Tony Petit. Nick the Quick has constantly defended his comments. And he said that it was just bad timing. And he said that usually I make jokes I try to keep the team loose, but unfortunately, if when things go wrong, you're gonna be looked at as when you say something wrong, there's gonna be finger pointing, and that's unfortunately what happened. So his comment pretty much had bad timing. Shaq was very pissed off at him and decided to get him traded. Going to the front office, some people are going to say, well, Nick the Quick is the one who made the comment and overstayed his welcome. Now, let me just say something about that. Despite the fact that Nick got traded, let me just say this. Did people think that just because Nick got traded that was going to solve the Lakers' problems and they were all of a sudden going to be distraction-free? Did people forget that when the Lakers struggled early in the 99 season during the lockout, they went to go and get Dennis Rodman? A guy who's known for dysfunction, a guy who's known for antics, a guy who's known for creating controversy, finding different ways to create attention for himself, Dennis Rodman. Do people forget that even though he won 3 championships with the Bulls and he did so many things that you're just like, it's amazing how the Bulls were even able to focus, deal with him, and then win championships. Good thing Phil Jackson was there. But anyway, they acquire him, the Lakers start winning. But even Dennis Rodman, out of his own mouth, said, I have never been part of a more dysfunctional team than the Los Angeles Lakers. So it can't be all Nick the Quick's fault. He was just kind of part of the problem. But even Dennis Rodman said that this team is too dysfunctional. Like, I don't even know how you could even deal with something like that. And Dennis Rodman was no longer on the team. Right? So what it goes to show you is that, unfortunately, Shaq had the power because Shaq was the man. Shaq was the leader of the team. It's crazy how Jerry West could say to Nick that he felt like he didn't want that responsibility. But at that point, Shaq was the best player, so he was going to be the leader of the team. Shaq was the leader of the team during their championship runs. Kobe put in his part, no doubt. And then the thing is, this is why the 99 offseason was important with the turmoil going on between Kobe and Shaq, that they brought in guys like Ron Harper and AC Green and John Sally and Phil Jackson. Those guys were needed because they brought the veteran leadership and the experience needed to win, to teach Kobe and Shaq how to win so that they'd be able to win multiple championships. And the system of Tex Winter was very important. Because what the Lakers had was they had a lot of talent, but they didn't have the veteran leadership. They didn't have the mentality, mentally, psychologically. It was important to get the veterans, and it was important to have Phil Jackson. AC Green said it best, man. You gotta have guys that will be able to teach them. It's one thing to have the talent, but you gotta teach them about this, man. The game is 90% mental, 10% skill. It's all about the mentality. Once you understand the mental side of the game, it's different. You're a different person. You're a different, you're an animal. But that's why I said that Nick, it's unfortunate for him, but he got traded because of a comment he made. But quite honestly, even him getting traded, even Eddie Jones getting traded, it really didn't solve their issues at first until they got the veterans that they needed to compete for NBA championships. That's what happened. Because eventually they got veterans like Horace Grant, they got Mitch Richmond, and, veterans like that. But Nick was traded for Tyronn Lue and traded for Tony Batiste. But yeah, Nick's comment, unfortunately, and he's had to defend himself over for years, and he said that was not his intention, that he would not give up on the team. But Jerry West felt like Nick was not a leader because he felt like he didn't exemplify leadership qualities, and that's why he lost his starting job, and that's why he ended up getting traded, because he made comments like that. Like, it's like if he didn't take the game serious. Well, but anyway, ladies and gentlemen, those are just my thoughts. What are your thoughts on it in terms of Shaq going to the front office, getting Nick traded, and Nick making the comment going to Cancun was his exit ticket, it was his meal ticket to leave the Lakers and end up getting traded? Never know about this story until now, though. Let me know what you guys think. Bless up, live, laugh, love. Thank you guys for watching.